The Memoirs of a Twisted Mind. I'm your host, Eddie Stanley. Today's episode of the Memoirs is going to be a very controversial one. And I want to talk about my brothers and sisters. Yeah, this episode is purely for us. But if you want to hear about us and what some of us think about each other, this is the episode for you. Because I want to sit here, full disclosure, and talk to my people. I want to talk to my people about this victim mentality, this racism that we have. I don't know where it came from. It probably came from our ancestors that were slaves, that went through the oppression, that went through everything. But in today's world, the only reason why racism exists is because we allow it to exist. We can sit here and say that, oh no, there are other races that are racist towards us. True, but we are somewhat the biggest racists towards each other, towards everybody. Anything bad happen, oh my gosh, this person did it. Or even if we do something wrong, oh, the only reason why you doing this is because I'm black. Stop with the noise. Stop with the noise. Because if our leaders that were here, that were still alive, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they would straight up look and go, oh no, they'll be rolling in their graves. They'll just be so appalled of what's going on. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and put myself out there like that, because I can be a black leader if I chose to, but I'm selfish. I don't want to get unsubscribed from life, so to speak. But I can sit here and say, why? Why do we have this mentality? And I know I said I wouldn't talk about politics, but here's one. I don't care. Here's one. Most people don't understand that in this country, if you do your research, there were the Republicans, but there were also two different types of Democrats. Guess which Democrat ended up winning out? It was the Northern Democrat and the Southern Democrat. Now, I could be just shooting from the hip. I really didn't put much research into it, but the Southern Democrats was the ones that were racist. Them were the ones who had slaves. Them were the ones that probably took over the Northern Democrats and felt that, you know what, since black people are equal now, what can we do to actually hurt them? Let's do Section 8. Let's do food stamps. Let's do WIC. Let's do all this stuff that made us comfortable, because we felt that we were owed this. Since we ain't get our 40 acres, I'm not even gonna lie. They give me 40 acres and a mule, or they give us reparations. I'm taking my money and I'm putting it in stocks. And the stocks that I'm putting it in is gold. Let's see, gold, all the materialistic things, cars like Ford, Chrysler, all them, for the simple fact, money will actually run out if we get reparations. We went from being hardworking to, okay, we'll just get by. Now, I'm not saying that we don't have disadvantages. We do. Especially being a black male, you have a major disadvantage. Because not only do you have to actually go through the stigma of constantly getting looked at, getting pulled over when you're not suspicious. You fit the description. And that's not me bashing the cops. That's just me saying we have a huge disadvantage, and we end up becoming the one thing that they call us, because we do stuff. And then when we do it, we try to pull the race card. Why? There's no point. You know what you did. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying that we get accused of crimes that we didn't commit. We do. Check the prison system. Majority of them is us. And that's terrible. But yet, that's another way of how you break up a family home. That's how you break it up. You make it where it's hard. And that's what make black women more alpha, more vicious, more, okay, you can't tell me nothing because I got to take on this independent because the guy end up getting incarcerated. So yeah, we can sit here and blame, but we have to start doing something different. You get called the N-word, are you gonna act like that, or are you gonna move on? Or are you gonna move along? See, myself, I just move along because I'm not gonna play that game. I'm on here trying to do something to better myself. I don't need to be one of the statistics that they talk about. We tear up so much stuff, but we don't help rebuild. We disrespect so much, but we don't give respect. We hurt so much, and then we take it out on each other. That is not what Martin Luther King and Malcolm X fought for. That is not how we actually do of going, hey, I'm not saying, oh, well, we need to be like this type of party or we need to be like this type of party. I'm just letting you know the party that actually hindered us. And they know they did. And we can sit here and pretend like they don't, but they throw in bells and whistles. Now, if you thinking that I'm siding with them. No. My whole thing is when it comes to presidency, you know, P is the most powerful word or letter in the alphabet because you can do great word association. President, puppet. Both of them gotta actually get told what to do. So what's the difference? So please, my black brothers and sisters, we have to do better. We have to actually get to that notion of stop playing the victim. Because once we stop playing the victim and start being responsible for the actions that we do. Because I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm 100% the saint. But we need to be accountable for the actions that we do. Stand on your toes. Do whatever. Everybody feels that black men and women don't look out for each other, and they're right. We don't. We can sit here and say, oh, one pride, black power, and all that stuff. But in reality, when push comes to shove, it's the other races that's making us look bad. Why? Because we feel that we're entitled. At one point in my life, I felt like I was entitled. But then that's when I had to wake up, since woke culture, whatever that means, made me realize that the only way you actually going to get ahead and get out of your situation is if you do something different. If you decide, you know what, I'm tired of doing the norm. We're the most dominating race because we mix our race with all the other races because, quite frankly, we were the race that was here first. Regardless, we were the race that was here first, but yet we don't act like we're the race that was here first. Not saying that we need to dominate all the other races. Heavens forbid, no. But I'm tired of all this motherfudge caking business of the only reason why this happened to me was because of my color. And that's not the case. The reason why all this stuff is happening is because of the choices you make in life. The choices I make in life, hopefully it works out best. But with hope, there's always something. It was always something that I was taught, and I'm so glad that this person said this to me, where you want to know the difference between dreams and goals? Eventually you got to wake up. And if you can't wake up to see that you need to have goals of what you plan on doing, you will not be part of that 1% that actually get to dictate and tell and say, hey, I matter. Because no matter how you get there, just get there. This has been Memoirs of a Twisted Mind. I have been your host, Eddie Stanley. And the only question I got for you is, what are you doing different today?